I watched the movie Him, and I got some thoughts. Hey guys, it's Andy with Mindset Matters More, and today we're going to talk about some themes that I found in Him that I really wanted to talk about. First of all, the movie cinematically was gorgeous. Like, it was very vibrant. And I mean, I think the ending was very predictable. If you're planning on watching it, don't listen to this podcast. But yeah, I think the ending was very predictable. And my husband was like, "Whoa, what are you talking about?" I'm like, "Yeah, no, that, like, if you were paying attention, you would see that clearly that was the only way this could have ended." So in the movie, Caleb Cade, or Cade, whatever, Jr., he is basically being primed his entire life to become one of the great football players of all times. Like, his dad is like helping him. Like, you see that he winds up getting injured, but that, he is just like such a great football player that, they want to give him a chance. And like, his entire life from the minute he was a kid was pretty much told to him by his dad. His dad raised him believing, hey, you are going to be great in this thing. And so one of the themes of the movies is how he's like, I really don't want to play football. Like, he had told his father before he passed away that, I don't love football. Like, I don't want to do this. But then his father dies and he's like, well, now I have to do football. And at the end of the movie, he winds up like reclaiming his life by not signing the contract to be able to become the greatest of all time, because he wasn't willing to sell his soul for this outcome. And how many times are we living up to other people's expectation of ourselves? Like, when I was younger, I really thought that I had to become a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer. And, none of those things really spoke to me. But like, I'm in a family of doctors, lawyers, engineers, of successful entrepreneurs, like people who really have carved out a very successful life through quote unquote normal means, right? Rather than, hey, like, I'm a yoga teacher, or I want to be just, something that isn't so high profile. It would be crazy for me to think that everybody would understand what I'm going through. And I would be told several times, like, hey, why are you leaving your job? Like, that's crazy. And so the system is designed for me to not only go into a path that's not my choosing, but also set up so that if I try to get out of it, everybody's like, no, what are you doing? Like, get back in line. Like, you're supposed to get back to the way that we're telling you that you need to live. Now, one of the things that I have realized is that these are mainly the fears and insecurities of those around me, right? It's not my fear and insecurity venturing out on my own. Like, I have my own set of fear and insecurity, but we'll talk about that in a second. So what they're telling me is coming out of a place of love, that it's like, we want you to be successful. We want you to be able to provide. We want you to be able to, do all these things. And, I've been told many times, hey, everybody hates their fucking job. So you just have to suck it up, buttercup, and keep going down this path and do what you want on your free time. Like, sell your 40 hours to something that you absolutely hate, and then the other hours of the day you can do whatever you want. And like, when you think about it, you're like, fucking a third of my life to being miserable, a third of my life to being asleep, and then the other third I gotta cram in everything that I love. Yeah, like, that sounds miserable. So, and again, it's not through their own fault. Like, they don't see what they're doing as like being hurtful to me. They see it as like, hey, we want you to be okay. We want you to be successful, but through their own definition of what success is. And so how often are we doing that to ourselves, right? And so a little bit earlier, I said that, I have my own fears. But what are these fears really? Are these fears transposed on me through my family and friends? Are these things that I have adopted myself because, I believe them? Because I have lived and I've seen that they're successful, and I don't have the examples of other people being successful doing what I do. I mean, now I do, obviously, but the majority of my life, I've seen what they're saying actually be the MO for life. You do your 40 hours and then you do whatever you want outside of those. That's just how it is. That's just how it's always been. So breaking free from the matrix, breaking free from that sort of reality is fucking hard, first of all. Second of all, it's not without a lot of deep inner self-work. Prayer, journal, meditation, all you want about it, but it's going to take you actually going deep. It's going to take you actually digging in there to see, do I even want to change this? Do I even want to see that I've been operating off of other people's fears my entire life? Do I even want to see where it is that I am blocking myself? Because I tell you this, even with my coaching, for me, it would be easy for me to say, you know what, fuck this, I quit, shut down my YouTube, shut down my podcast, shut down my business, shut everything down, and then just find a 6-figure job as an engineer. I can do that. But what's the cost? Do I have to sign the contract for my soul in order to be able to attain security? Can I not build security in an unsecure or insecure way? Can I not build it myself rather than have it given to me? That's the question. And here's the other piece of it, is that my entire life, I have looked for the things that validate that, life is meant to be one way. But if I really look at my life in its entirety, I've seen that I have been screaming to get out of it. Oh, man, I've started well over 30 businesses because I'm trying to create something, because I'm trying, something inherent about me is wildly bucking against these confines of just do the 9-to-5 thing. And I haven't listened to it until more recently, right? Until I had that moment of, oh shit, I'm not supposed to be an engineer. Oh shit, I'm supposed to be healing people. Oh shit, I'm supposed to be out there helping people on a one-on-one basis. Oh shit, I'm supposed to be something bigger than this. And don't get me wrong, you can do marvelous things as an engineer. You can be wonderful when your soul is aligned with it. You can find passion, drive in any career. But you don't have to do it out of fear. You don't have to create your life out of fear and what you have been told your entire life is the right way to do it. All right, guys, that's it for me. Let me know what you think in the comments section, okay? I'm going to put up a link to my book, my YouTube, all of the wonderful stuff like my Substack, okay? Love you guys. Bye.